Welcome. This is a recording of adults playing or talking about tabletop games. This means that adult language and/or themes may occur within that could be seen as inappropriate for younger audiences. Thank you.
So, Nate, I was asked of Maugan if he could buy frag grenades, and the answer was yes. Would you like to purchase some?
You can also buy a smoke grenade. Frag and smoke.
They're 300 credits for a frag, and what'd I say, 50 for a smoke?
Yeah, for something they're a lot cheaper.
75.
75 for a smoke.
Now, Jay, why would you correct him and say it's more expensive?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Because I like the rules.
Right. So, with that, we will continue. So, you guys are done at the black market and the other market. You have purchased what you feel is required or needed at this current point in time. One thing just to keep in mind for you guys, now that you actually have credits, and I've introduced you to the credit system that I'm using for the game, because we haven't really done that yet. What you should keep in mind is that if I don't have something on the list, it's okay to come up with something, because obviously, like, this is the Imperium, it's a giant fucking galaxy, there's probably an item like it, and between you and I will come up with a concept on how much we think that would cost. So if you need to, like in the case of like Steven earlier, he was asking me like how much would it cost to have an Eldar blade, and basically I sat there and I explained as I kind of figured out. I'm like, well, the sword is this much, but then it's also like an electrified sword, so then it would boost up, and then it's also Xenos, so it's actually an exorbitant cost outside of, you know, the human, you're outside of the Eldar planets. So like between that, I can kind of usually like flesh out a concept for you guys in the cost markets.
I would like to buy a kilo of space cocaine.
Okay. That would be very expensive. So we'll go into that later. This would be the planet to get it at, though, to be honest.
Good point. Yeah, they're transitioning to Pleasure Planet, yeah.
Which is something that you guys might want to consider. If you want to play that game, I don't know if any of you are like money mongers, but like if you wanted,
let's start selling drugs.
You could honestly take your money on a planet and purchase materials. If you know what planet you're going to next time, like if you're changing planets, you could invest your money in materials and sell them at another planet if you want to kind of have that.
After this week, we should spend like a straight 3 weeks trying to like hustle some money up.
So like in that case, like if you guys
let's just start a Breaking Bad meth empire.
You know, you could buy a bunch of alcohol, find a bunch of like humanoid aborigine, like indigenous culture on a planet, and sell that and like pox blankets to them, and then colonize it in the name of the Imperium. It'll be great. Native American reference, yay.
I'm in.
Even though pox blankets weren't actually a thing. Just fun fact for you guys.
Oh, really?
Yep. There was a paper written by a general that introduced the concept.
Posited it as an idea.
But it was never
I just
actually
figured white
a thing
people were so
done.
evil it happened.
Yeah, it was like, anything bad happened, you know. No. So anyways.
Alright, so now we're going to the sewers, right?
Yeah, so now you guys are headed to the sewers. So you already have the location because that was given to you by the hospital, you know, the location that the bodies are found. You all pile into the armored vehicle and you drive away, leaving the slightly mutilated, pulped corpse of a human being behind your wake. And you arrive at the sewer system area. And what you basically come into is just like you kind of like drive down this like 2-lane-ish wide alley, which ultimately leads out to a semi-open area which has a giant, like, probably like 10-foot high, actually it's probably actually less, it's like 6-foot high grate, and it's got like these giant like metal like double opening bar doors in front of it that are padlocked shut, and from it you can see that this actually isn't like it's not like a let off or anything like that. It's actually like an entrance for like mechanical personnel to like get in and go into the substructure in case like there's like issues within the sewer system and whatnot like that, where they could get a majority of their equipment in and through. In that area, you can actually see that there's actually still these 2 large brown puddle marks which you can quickly and easily surmise was the blood where the bodies originally were marked. Unfortunately, though, like that was a little while back, and like they kind of like there wasn't a whole lot of police investigation into this entire thing. So there's not like still like caution tape or anything. It hasn't been like it was probably marked off for like a day, but like with no major leads, they kind of gave up the crime scene.
So do we want to just enter, or
Let's do this.
we didn't buy any light sources, but we all have night vision goggles, except for me, who has super badass night vision anyway, right?
Well,
So there is a difference between what some people have and what other people. Oh, freaking POE.
Well, I basically can see in the dark as well as the night, well as the daytime.
I have the
Zach
photo.
has like those super badass
I have the photo.
contacts,
Yeah.
and
right. So
Jay and Nate
And
have
I
normal
picked up
glasses.
So if you
goggles from
have
the dead guys.
if you picked up the goggles that you got from the personnel, those give you an asset to seeing in the dark. However, the ones that Cecil and Maugan have give you night vision.
Oh, okay. So we're basically not impaired at all, and they just have a benefit.
That's why, Cecil, when you were fighting them, you were able to still stay hidden when they were approaching you, is because their vision basically uses ambient light to assist in the vision, where yours and Maugan's straight up says, no, I can totally see fine. There's no issue. It can be pitch black. I don't give a fuck. So, at least for Alyson and Bjarn, to properly see after you get immediately inward, you will need at least basically treat this like low light, where you can see a pretty good distance and you won't be taking negative modifiers, but Maugan and Cecil will see significantly further because they don't care that it's pitch black in there.
Okay.
So
Are you wearing a Darth Vader sweatshirt? I just noticed that.
yes.
That's fantastic. Oh no, it's a sweater on top of it. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
So we can see, they can mostly see.
So, just a weird question: are you guys going to investigate the immediate area before going in, or you're like, no, the answers are in the sewers?
I mean, if you ask, I'm definitely going to.
Well, I mean, I'm asking because I need to know if that's something I need to make you do rolls for. If you're assuming, because like otherwise, I'm assuming that you guys.
I'd like to
I
roll
don't see
perception
I don't
check.
see anything anyway. So
Yeah, you find nothing.
yeah.
It's like I'd like to roll a perception check.
I trip and hit my head on the wall while Cecil's looking around. He also hits his head on the wall.
Okay, let me see if I have anything.
We are all blind as bats.
Yeah.
Okay. The only person that finds anything is Alyson. Alyson,
Woohoo!
when you're investigating and you're actually walking up to the grate when you do this, the rest of the people, you guys are probably looking at like the blood stains, looking for additional like markers or scratch marks of like the claws from this weird creature that like ripped these people to shreds. You decide to look at the grate itself. Probably you kind of like went to like open it up originally, and then you're like when you're doing it, you're like, weird, like this shit is rusted solid. And what you gather from this is that, like, these people probably did not come from inside of this tunnel. Like, the grate is like, you're having trouble opening this grate. Like, it's rusted shut. Like, the padlock that's, like, locked on it is rusted into the metal. Like, it's all kind of just become this giant, like, rust ball. And, like, the hinges are extremely rusted. Like, to properly get through this, you probably have to break the grate open. Like, literally
Well, can we
rip it off.
maybe try and see where they did come from?
Yeah, they're not getting out of that. I mean, it would take a mechog to open it. Do we have a mechog to open it?
Mechog is still in the truck. I'm going to assume, at least until you say anything otherwise, that Mechog always stays with the truck.
Because he's just in love with this giant vehicle.
Should we get mechog to open it? Because I don't know if the rest of us can. I mean, we can give it a shot.
If those guys were never in there, then why are we going in the sewers? They were just near the sewers when we got attacked, right? Do we even know that they went in there?
There's nothing, at least in the report, that tells you, because Steven, you actually have your data pad where like you got all this information.
So I can just read the report.
Right. So they were found at this location, and you can readily, easily see that there's blood all over the floor where like the corpses were bleeding out. However,
but Alyson noticed that it didn't look like they came from within the sewer.
Right. Exactly. So like they were found in this location. You're not sure if they came from the sewers, and it was mainly what you can read from the data pad. It was figured that they did because of the amount of disease and toxins found in their body afterwards, that the only place that reasonably you could gather that kind of like nastiness is in the nastiest part of a city, a polluted, nasty city.
I'd like to survey the area.
You already did, right?
That's your seeing check. That was your investigation.
I mean, I want you
want to like scout around.
Like, what else is around the area? Because we're standing at the entrance to the sewer right now.
Well, Alyson, I'm assuming you tell us that you noticed this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she probably is like, hey, I don't think they came out of here because, and like he like she literally like starts like rocking this grate as hard as she can. Like, and it's like not budging at all. She's like,
so now, Zach, you're looking for areas nearby that look like maybe somebody exited from, or like something like that.
I think he's trying to see if like maybe there was a witness, like what the ambient surroundings are, to like see if like
are we like next to an alley in addition to the sewers?
So
like,
basically,
what is the layout of the area?
So basically, what you guys came down is the only way down here. Basically, it's an alley that leads to a larger area where this grate is, where basically like a mechanical team could like set up their supplies and shit and then trek down through the sewers into the substructure. But like the immediate areas, it's kind of like really tall buildings with like solid concrete, or whatever they call it, plastisteel crete, or space crete per se, that just pretty much goes straight up without like any windows or anything. Like realistically, like you can it's fairly obvious to you guys, like if they didn't come from the grate, they either had to walk here or they were pushed out at this location from a vehicle. Like that's kind of the only three options that you have. They came from the sewers, they came from some other location and were shoved out of a vehicle, or they walked here.
Can we check for other locations, like other entrances to the sewer nearby?
Sure. So,
I mean, all buildings have an entrance to the sewer.
Right, but like not all of them have these giant open accesses, because these are
true.
I don't think we're gonna go through the toilet, Nate.
Yeah.
But snakes do.
Yeah. So you're basically looking for other areas like this one in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah.
Okay. I need an investigation check from... Who's driving? Mekog's not driving.
If it's not Mekog, it'd probably be me, because I have vehicle driving.
Okay, so I need it from everyone that isn't you, because you're driving.
Okay.
Investigation is what?
Seeing speed.
Which still doesn't make sense to me, but every time I ask, it's the same answer. So.
Yay! I got a 2, not a 1.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, Bjarn.
Yeah, so Bjarn, you find another area that's almost identical. Like you guys almost drive by it, and quickly, like, you're like, over there! And, like, you kind of, like, jerk the wheel, and Maugan spins the wheel, and you guys, shimmy the armored vehicle down this alleyway. And you run into this other sewer grate, almost identical to what you saw. So what's the goal, since Alyson, you're the one that kind of came up with this idea, what are you kind of thinking with finding these other locations? Like, are you saying like maybe they came from a different one of these, or?
Yeah, like maybe they didn't come through this specific porthole, but they came out from another one.
Right, they still came from the sewers, but in some way, shape, or form, they ended up at that location versus their original.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was looking in proximity.
Give me a seeing check to find any clues. This is everybody.
Okay, that includes the driver.
Yeah, because you guys
speed
are out.
again.
Yep.
God, I'm rolling like ass.
Yikes! I'm rolling worse.
Uno.
Bro, you're a freaking wuss. What kind of
Bjarn on point here. Like a hawk.
Yeah, that's.
I am renowned for my perception.
You don't have to want it. It's okay.
Was that everyone?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
No, I did it.
No,
I did
okay,
it.
you got it. You just have the big one because you have all the assets and stuff. Okay, Bjarn, you're the only one that notices this. So, it's not so much that you have eyes like a hawk, so much as you kind of figure that realistically you should check the exact same thing that gave you a clue last time. So, like, you kind of step up and you go to the grate, and while it's rusted, like severely rusted, you can actually see around the lip of it that the scum that's normally built up from like the rains and nastiness is not there. Like it's been scraped away all the way around it. On your side, not the inside. Which in some way, shape, or form implies that either the gates have been opened or the entire thing has been moved outward, and that's why it literally, like, when it gets pulled out, it scraped away all of that gunk around the outside.
Let's go in there.
I like
But
that idea.
it looks just as rusted solid.
Well, I mean, we're driving, right? So we can just get Mechog to yank it open.
Yeah, you could totally have, like, Mecha, or Mecha could even, like, hook up, like, a chain to it and drive the car to rip it off.
Well, I don't want to risk our truck. Let's just have him tear it off.
I mean, but which would Mechog actually prefer to do?
Either.
Yeah.
Mechog is happy with either of those choices. I get to
I mean,
drive
at this
a vehicle.
point, our only real evidence leads in there, right? So we don't want to just keep wandering around and wasting time.
Alright, let's go in.
Okay, so
I suppose so.
Mechog, you want Mechog to just brute force it?
Unless it looks like there's another.
I heard
Wait a minute,
Mechog
wait,
brute
wait.
force it, and I'm in agreement.
Wait a minute. Is there a lock on it? Or is
Yeah.
it just... I'll just pick
Go
the
for it.
lock.
Well, the lock and the entire thing is rusted solid
Oh.
together. That's why, like, I was saying,
Okay,
like, this,
okay.
like, realistically, it looks like no one could possibly go through this gate, or has in, like, forever. But Bjarn has noticed that in some way, shape, or form, someone has.
Well,
Okay.
let's try
So
it.
let Mechog do his thing. Mechog rips the fuck off of that thing. So, yeah, Mechog goes, right, I got this.
Gives it the old open sesame.
And probably, like, he doesn't even, like, rip it off. He just takes his power claw and, like crunches, like, the bars. Like, you know, like, how, like, in the movies, like, the guy, like, bends the bars and, like, steps through kind of thing. Mechog just takes his power claw and does that, and then he turns around and goes, heh heh, you think I can only do that with my power claw? And then he reaches out and grabs, like, his normal hand and then does the same thing one-handed to the other bar. So, like, it's not, like, ripped off, but he just fully bent the bars for basically anyone but him from getting through easily into this tunnel.
Alright.
That was an implication that I don't expect you to bring Mechog along, because I figured you'd leave him with the truck.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
I
has
don't-
to watch the truck.
Especially in sewers where he's bigger than most of the tunnels.
And like I specifically said, like, the height of this thing is not Mechog's size, too. Like, this is 6 feet tall. Like, Maugan, you're gonna have to stoop.
I mean, I have the best night vision, so I'll take point if. nobody
Well,
minds.
Zach can see just as well, too.
Oh, we're equal. He's got super badass. Oh, okay. I thought
He's
I was
got
like
the
slightly better.
contact lenses.
So then I would probably either you or I would take point, and one of the other of us would bring up the rear, right?
I'll take the back. I'll let you go first.
Throw me into the potential
want-
meat grinder.
I mean, if you want, if you don't want it, won't do it. I'm just
Oh
saying,
no,
if you
I don't
want-
mind at all. I'm all for getting up and personal.
This character does do that a lot.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
so you guys proceed downward.
Maugan, then Alyson, myself, and Cecil.
Okay, that was the order. Maugan,
That makes sense because
Alyson's-
Allison's more.
Alyson needs to get in there
punchy
quick
than-
if
Yeah.
Combat starts. Yeah, that makes sense. You good with that, Alyson?
I heard combat starts. I need to be in there quick.
Yep. You
So,
good
yeah,
with that?
you're good with it.
Yeah.
Good with that.
He's like, yes.
I don't know whatever it is. I'm agreeing. So hopefully you guys don't fuck me over.
If
Well,
Metcog-
Just behind me in the line of how we're traveling through the sewers.
But you had to do it wearing the Princess Leia
Slade
yeah.
outfit.
I have a
Slade.
shield. Fuck all y'all.
All
Shouldn't
right.
I be in front because I have the shield?
But you can't see.
We,
his
well, we were
legs.
thinking I would be in front because I can see better than you in the dark. But I mean, I could just be standing like right behind you. That would make sense to me.
You can still see further than Alyson, even when you're behind Alyson.
Yeah, so I guess that makes sense. We'll throw her in front with her shield, and I'll be directly behind her
Okay.
to warn her of anything coming in.
Sounds good. So you guys proceed downward into here. At probably about like 5 to 10 minutes in, you can just, even through your respirators, you can feel the air thin, and it becomes very hard to breathe as the respirators are working to clean the air in this area. You are now very happy that the GM warned you that you should probably buy respirators, because you probably couldn't go any further at this point.
Oh, good.
The metagaming is running through your minds that thank the Emperor that I was suddenly told with a flash of inspiration that I should buy respirators. And my call cut out.
Up on John. Oh no.
You're a dick.
Who started the call?
Who hung up
I
on
don't
me?
know, I don't. Why do I have the? I can't see you anymore. Why do I have the authority to hang up on you?
Because we're all on the call. Like, I can hang up you, I think.
Yeah,
Well, don't hang up on me, please.
We'll give it a.
I'm sorry.
The cameras will get
No, I
fixed,
think-
I think, once. Yeah, there we go.
Shit.
Once Kiro.
I
drops.
apologize greatly.
Oh, you're fine. I was like,
That's
what the
fucking
fuck happened? All
He's
right.
like, he died, but he's the leader of the call. How does this work?
Yeah.
As we're moving through the sewers, the game master gets ambushed.
Shit. Hunker down, boys.
The God Emperor finally died on the Golden Throne.
Yeah. Oh, well, now I
The
know
Prime
what the red
World
button
has finally opened with a gate to the realm of chaos, and demons pour forth, wiping
I just
humanity.
destroyed the entire Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah.
GM rolls it. Wait, was that a GM intrusion on the GM?
Yeah, yeah, that was exactly what happened. It has to work on cosmic proportions at that point. All right, so you guys
Well,
proceed
barring
inward. The respirators become very hard to breathe, and as you go, I need perception checks from all of you
Okie dokie.
to understand and follow your surroundings.
Hey, we're less shitty this time.
I am not perceptive tonight.
It's got to be whatever you got in your eyes there, man.
Okay,
Yeah, or
so
whatever I got stabbed with in that last session.
so Alyson and Cecil, you're not seeing signs of a creature with like sharp talons or claws like you're expecting. However, you are finding occasionally in the muck that the filth of humanity that you're walking through at this point. Occasionally you see a boot print. Or like where like a foot kind of slips, so there's kind of that skid mark of like a foot. If anyone's walked along like mossy rocks and like you slip and like you look back to where your foot was, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, have you ever done like stream hopping?
Mm.
Oh, is that nice? Anyway, okay. Anyways, so you are noticing that there's human markings in this area, and it's leading both downward, like where you guys are headed, but also back towards that grate that you came through. It's people messaging.
Wait, it's leading in both directions?
Both directions. Here, make this
Well,
sound stuff.
Did it seem like it's like which way are the feet pointing? You know what I mean? Is
Both
it,
ways. Occasionally you
Oh.
see boot prints facing each
So maybe this
direction.
is like a well-traversed pathway.
Or semi-traversed enough that there's these markings in a repeatedly noticed amount.
Well, let's
Four
follow
of
this shit
those.
down and find out where it leads. Maybe there's like a thieves guild or something.
I love how there's like a D&D reference suddenly in the middle
Yeah.
of Warhammer 40. Maybe there's a thieves guild. We can buy plasma ammo.
Don't tease Zach.
Right. So you proceed to head on. Are you guys going stealthy, or are you kind of just going along?
I'm
Cecil and
always
I are
stealthy.
always, yeah, Cecil, that's literally what I was going to
Okay,
say.
I
Cecil
just
and
needed
are
to know
always
if you
stealthy.
guys are like booking at like a fast pace or a slow pace and keeping quiet is all. No rolls needed for that. So ultimately, when you finally and occasionally like you're gonna see like paths to the left or the right that can like lead you off into different directions, but the biggest mouth is the one that you guys are walking through. Are you wanting to continue walking down the main path, or are you wanting to like check out these side branches along the way? I can tell you, based on Cecil's perception check, that the footprints seem to only stay in the main tunnel.
Could we maybe like just head a minute or so down each path to see if anything looks promising?
Sure. So you do. Are you sending like a single
That sounds
person, or are you doing like the whole
Yeah, I
team
figured
together?
either just Cecil or I would head down for like 2 minutes in each direction to see if anything looks like it might be worth.
Okay, so Cecil and Maugan, give me another seeing check.
Oh, I think I just closed my character sheet. 1 second.
The reverse gym.
Apologies. Yeah. I jam intrusion myself. Did I do well? Yeah.
You both did really well. Unfortunately, you don't seem to find any clues that indicate that anything has gone off into either of these directions. However, occasionally, you do find flecks of reptilian skin in a larger size, like probably like flakes of skin about yay big, that still seem like you know how like when snakes shed it's like dead skin, or like you know like if you peel like dead skin from like a sunburn. This skin seems like it shouldn't have come off. Like maybe it was like think more like scabby skin. Like there's still like some living tissue to it. Maybe a
So
little
it's not
bit
like a normal reptilian shed. It's like
pieces of flesh have flaked off, more like not like something ripped it off, but like assuming like let's say you took a knife and like you slid it across your skin, like and took off like the top layer of your skin. It like kind of looks like that. Like if you were kind of to like cut off a piece of a snake, a shallow cut on like a snake, that's what you're seeing, but in like chunks like this. Not bleeding, not anything like that, but that's not normal. Like it doesn't matter who you are. Everyone knows that's not normal. You don't even need to roll for that. Like that's fucked up.
okay. That's the problem with me knowing more about the 40K universe. 'Cause I'm trying to think of like species that are reptilian. You know.
I
And
will
that's metagaming I
GM.
shouldn't
I
be
will
doing.
assist you in my benevolence as a GM. This is not an innate creature within the Warhammer 40K universe.
Okay, thank you, because I've been. It's not as much fun when I'm trying to guess what it is. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that.
Because and as the discussion earlier went, because the Warhammer 40K universe is so vast, there are limitless alien creatures that I can create, so you don't need to worry that it's one that was addressed on a website.
This is something even the Eldar don't know about,
Not necessarily.
or at least me as an Eldar.
You know and recognize like alien like stuff of it, because remember you did do a roll about the Talon,
Yeah.
but you couldn't place your finger on it.
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess we would just continue down the main pathway and see what happens, right?
Right.
Unless somebody else has any other ideas.
Forward ho.
Oh.
Alrighty. Now, where is my
Boomstick?
No, I was about to.
Are you even watching that on Stars?
No.
Huh?
Ash versus the Evil Dead. There's a
No.
new. Oh, really? Well, you know the boomstick is from the Bruce Campbell movie Evil
Yeah.
Dead, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Well, the reference you said boomstick. That's Ash and that's. Nobody ever saw Evil Dead, the original movie with the skeleton army and Bruce Campbell with the
seen
shotgun
Army of
arm.
Darkness. but I
No,
don't-
Yeah,
there's
sorry,
plenty
thank
of
you.
other
Darkness.
references.
I heard
I
it
don't
from
know.
Warcraft 3.
Well, Warcraft 3 was referencing Army of Darkness. But anyway, there's a new TV series about that, but
Go
I've
watch
completely derailed our
Army of
game.
Darkness after this sec.
Yeah, Army of Darkness is badass. Go watch that with Bruce Campbell.
I have to go work after this.
Alrighty,
sorry.
so anyways, looping back around, back to the Warhammer 40k universe. So you do find these and you share them with the rest of the group, but once again, you're not sure what these are. Are you guys going to keep these, or are you going to put them back down? What are you doing with these chunks of flesh? Or scale, I guess I should say.
If there's scales, I'm gonna hold on to some. I feel like Mechog would enjoy this.
Okay, so you're going to bring them back as a trophy for Mechog.
Yes, since he
Okay.
couldn't fit in the sewer.
Alrighty. Mechog will probably appreciate that. And be sad at the same time that he wasn't there to help you kill whatever this was. So ultimately, when you finally reach a point, like you have this dip, and you guys have a little bit of traversing where like you're trying not to like fall as you slide down, but you all do it okay. And finally you come to an opening into the chamber. And before you actually reach the opening, you see a warm, fuzzy glow coming from out in the chamber and off to what seems like the left. Like there's more lighting on the right wall of your like your kind of pipe per se, indicating that it's coming from the left because it's actually entering through from the, you know, like catty corner, so it hits the right wall a little bit better. Gesundheit. So now that you have this light in front of you, what do you guys want to do?
I want to touch it.
He's gonna reach out and poke it.
I poke the light like a cat with a laser pointer.
Do I recognize it as anything I've like noticed before?
Due to the coloration, it's probably some kind of you haven't, because you haven't reached the mouth of it yet. It's either coming from some kind of low form of mechanical light, like a really shitty light bulb, or from a fire.
Oh, okay.
Is it
So it doesn't appear like supernatural.
No, it's
Is
that
it
nice orangey glow of like a low light or a fire.
Forward ho.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
Go for it.
Well, maybe we should send me and Cecil forward sneakily first.
It's like I'd like to roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
okay.
for jumping the gun on you, Cecil.
Nah, that's good.
Okay, so the two people that are going to scout it, I need stealth checks.
You did a little better than I did.
Let's see here.
Did I pass, or am I a little too tall?
Okay, so
I mean-
you guys proceed to stealthily move to the mouth of the to the mouth of the tunnel, and you look out into this vast room. It's not really like that quote unquote vast of a room, but it's the biggest room that you've seen, obviously, in here, even after your scoutings down the various tunnels. And you actually hear the light running of water in this room, and you can see, because you two particularly can see in night vision, in the dark, that there's actually like slow running rivers in this room, and it's very open. It's about probably 25 feet high. Width is...
So it's more a cavern than a sewer.
Probably like 250 feet across and lengthwise. I mean, it's definitely man-made. It's not like this is like, you know, like a rock face that's been hollowed out. This is definitely man-made, but this is probably like some kind of intersection of like where like different like paths of streams cross, or like let-offs meet. You can also see that like over these running rivers of sludge and nastiness, there's actually some bridges, some very light like catwalk type bridges that lead over it, so like a mechanic could walk over it and into another area. And across the way and off to your left, you actually see a low burning fire, and it's actually letting off a little bit of smoke as it rises. And when you see that, you actually see some large hulking object step in front of it, kind of creating a darkness in your vision as it walks in front of that flame.
Could I try and roll a perception check and survey the room as a whole?
Sure. What exactly are you looking for?
I want to just kind of... It's a room that's small enough that I can kind of see everything, right? So
yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, like,
So
realistically...
I just want to notice if there's anything out of the ordinary aside from this fire and these figures.
So just so the other guys can know, too, basically, this is not a room where I'm gonna fuck you with, like, perception shit, where, like, you literally just can't see, like I did, like, the whole, like, map with, like, the darkness and
So
all
what
that
you
kind of
just
stuff.
described is basically what's in this room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because of that fire, it throws off your lighting a little bit. However, probably because like you're kind of your eyes are adjusting to the change of the light, you're beginning to see that this thing that stepped into your vision, there's not one, but there's actually two of them, and they seem to be leaned over at things near the fire.
That's never a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Can I just refocus my perception check on them specifically then?
Sure. So, real quick before you do that, Alyson and Bjarn, are you wanting to slowly creep forward as well, or are you waiting for them to kind of return to you?
So I have a shield look slow. I was just gonna keep moving slowly, but not as fast as they were.
Okay. Just for
I'll
argument's
follow
sake, I'm
behind
gonna
her.
need a stealth check from you.
So speed?
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not trained at the speed.
Balls. Ayo. Hey!
Yes,
Yahtzee!
stealthier than the other two.
So you
First
hide
roll?
behind...
Oh,
no.
fuck
Trace.
me. Well, there goes that 17. I'm gonna get shit upon.
No, I think you're still going to be fairly...
He's literally touching me. This is not going to go well for me.
But somehow he's going to, like, trip and, like, make a bunch of noise while you're just melting into the
Exactly.
crowds.
It doesn't work out for me in the
Is
end.
this the part where the servo skull just decides to announce his presence?
Thank you. Yes, actually, I
that's
like
hard to
that
say,
GM intrusion. Thank you, Zach. Zach, you know what? Because I love that GM intrusion so much, I'm going to give you a free 1 EXP.
Oh, so this is a 3 XP GM intrusion because Zach had a fantastic idea.
Right.
No, so no XP.
Well,
I don't
this
think we have
GM
much
intrusion
work
happens
to
to Jay.
Oh,
Jay
yeah,
gets
yeah,
to
you're
give
right, you're
one, but because Zach gave me the awesome idea of a GM intrusion, I feel that I think it's fair to give him. So probably Jay, as you're moving forward, you slip, and when you slip, you hit the ground with like your butt, but also you kind of bump the side. And you actually hit the activation button on the servo skull when you do that. That's sitting in your pack. And so it comes out of the pack and, like, zips forward because it's used to going through, like, doorways to announce your presence. And so, yeah, it totally does, like probably, like, the Imperium, national anthem, so to speak. And says, announcing! And, like, starts going through this entire thing. Like, immediately, Maugan and Cecil, you turn around to see the servo skull. Basically, all you see, like, immediately you see the giant glowing red eye, but also, like, the rest of it. And, like, as the speakers into the entire thing, which echoes across the room, screams out the introduction of the great Bjarn and his many exploits as a rogue trader. At this point, Maugan, you get a good view of what these creatures are. Let me move you to the map.
Goody.
This is about to be where shit goes
I'm dead.
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
Shit we have to deal with.
Is that a Jumanji plant mixed with the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park?
I don't know if
Wow.
I like the way that sounds.
Where the fuck did you find this picture, John?
The interwebs, just so people that are watching can see. There is a picture of it.
What the fuck? Okay, my first act is to immediately turn around and run the fuck away.
I was gonna say I'm gonna use my grapnel to go onto the catwalk.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Okay, so
How many of those are there?
2.
2.
And the red triangle is the fire?
So what you also see is what they were stooping over
Is a bunch of bodies.
were bodies,
Ugh.
probably eating them.
Oh joy. Now they're going to turn to eat us. Lovely.
And I'm assuming that as an Eldar, I've never seen this particular species of monstrous, defleshed.
I would like you to roll me an
Crocodile
intelligence
Spinosaurus?
check.
I have xenology. Can I roll xenology?
Absolutely. What do we get?
I beat a difficulty 3.
Now that you've seen one in person, these aren't necessarily the same thing that you know. They seem to maybe be a mutation, or something has affected them in some way. But these creatures cannot, and to your knowledge, are impossibly finding this place as a natural habitat. These are 100% Xenos to this planet. They had to have been imported here or brought here in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
But however, you do understand. Because I'm not going to come up with like some weird fucking Xenos name for these creatures. But essentially,
Plantosaurus.
yeah, we're going to name them Plantosauruses. But they're definitely carnivoric in nature.
Yeah.
And they're extremely fast. You can tell, basically, in mechanical words, they can move a short distance and attack instead of an immediate distance and attack.
Yikes.
Also, they have the choice of 2 different kinds of attack. You can see on their feet they have these giant claws, which kind of do the raptor thing, where like they can like leap and then like rake those giant like talons down your body. Or they can bite those giant maws. And the thing about those maws is that they're not like the bone in them is actually more like cartilage. So when it clamps down, it actually, the entire mouth wraps. So that like if it like goes around your body, it doesn't just like hit like a wedge. It actually curves more like a scythe into your body. So that more teeth go into the body and hold it.
So are
So
the
they have
teeth
kind of
bone?
boneless jaws?
Huh?
So are the teeth... So the teeth are bone, but the jaw structure would not be bone. It'd be a cartilage that's flexible.
Or that it's a series of more like vertebrae in its nature, where like it's bone,
Kind of
but
like
it has...
a snake where it can be like...
Right, more like
No,
a
'cause-
snake. So like...
Well, it can hinge jaw, but it's still stuck in the ankle. Okay.
Right, so
I'm
like...
trying to think how we're gonna get eaten. More
So
or less.
like basically,
Think
think like the roofs of the mouth have like muscle, so that when it clamps down, the muscle contracts and causes the actual like pieces of the mouth to constrict and basically create curvatures to grab more teeth into the flesh. If that makes any sense.
Whatever asshole made these animals was an asshole.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's
I made
definitely a piece
these.
of shit. So since I noticed them first, do I get
Oh,
like... to
and by
move
the way, they're
now?
looking at you guys.
Oh, okay. I'm
Shield up.
hoping that I can move before they move, so what do I need to do?
Not anymore. I need an initiative from everyone. Oh, and Jay, you need to hand out your 1 XP for your... Oh wait, no, you rolled it. You don't get to give out shit.
Yeah, I
so
gave-
Zach gets it.
Oh,
Can I spend effort on initiative?
Yes, actually, you can.
So I take 2 from my speed because I have a
Yes.
edge of 1, right?
Yes.
So I get a +1, so I get a 19.
Okay, give me 1 second because I gotta write these down.
So we get a 19, a 16, a 9, and a 7. Oh no, a 10.
So
19, 16, 10, 9.
Maugan, Alyson, Things, Cecil, and Bjarn.
Whoa, wait, you said Maugan, Alyson, Things, and then Cecil? So they're level 4.
Or more.
Damn, okay.
They could technically be 5 too, because the 16 beats a 5.
Yeah, I'm metagaming, I apologize.
Yes, that's okay. That's fair.
I get to go
Alrighty.
first.
So, Maugan.
Yes. I want to move as far as I can towards them and throw my gravity inversion detonation Cypher. Can I do that? How far can I throw it?
You can throw it a short distance, which is 10. So you can move 2, then throw an additional 10 beyond that.
Boop, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I can throw it to like here?
Yep, you can throw it like basically right in front of it.
What's the range of that? Would I hit both of them? Is it a range of like 4?
So
3, or
basically it creates like anti-gravity, right?
Yeah, they would just be floating. They would be stuck floating. I didn't get a
I would say
description
that
of
it creates a perfect like a 9 pips on a dice.
So if I can throw, I said I could throw it here.
Right. Yeah, basically.
So
that.
1, 2, 3. So I can hit both of them, correct?
No, because like basically if you
It
throw
starts
it here, it goes
Uh-huh.
basically a square
so
around
yeah,
it.
1. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, technically, if that other creature walks into that circle.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna toss that bitch.
Okay.
So that body right here and the creature right here, they're floating with no contact to the ground, correct?
So yeah, so let's go ahead and I will do. Let's see what. Make sure I'm on the object tokens. I will do like that, and that'll be basically the area that is currently inverse. So what is that exactly? Can you read that to me just so I know how
You
I need
didn't.
to...
No, you didn't give me more description than that.
Oh,
so let me
okay.
run to I'll go run to the rule book.
Hold on a second. I have it. I actually have that word. So it was the gravity inverse.
Book of Inversion. Detonation projects a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that explodes, and for 1 hour, gravity reverses within long range of the explosion. So it is both of them. Within long range of the explosion.
Yeah, so yeah, you could totally...
So since I threw it to the extent of my range, pretty much everything within my range is inverted. So anything that moves past me will be inverted, correct?
However, it's a long range, then all of you guys are going to get caught in that too.
No, because I moved and I threw it to the very extent of my range.
But that was a short range. Oh, but you can throw it. Hold on, let me read it myself, just so I can. Detonation, gravity inversion, practice a small physical.
Yeah, I think that I'm probably either right on the very edge of it. I think that
small.
You could,
okay,
like,
so it's basically it's a larger radius, but it is a small radius. So give me 1 second.
Definitely both of the creatures are caught up in it. I don't know if I am or not.
I'm gonna say that it's an additional. So like small, they don't have a definition for what exactly small is.
Well, no. Where do you read in small?
Detonation.
Oh, it says projects a small physical explosive. So I'm assuming that the physical explosive itself is small.
Right.
Up to a long distance
so, yeah,
away.
you can throw it a long distance, but the actual
and it explodes,
AOE...
and for 1 hour, gravity reverses within long range of the explosion.
Yeah, okay.
So wherever it landed, within long range of that is inversed. So I think that everything up to me
basically
is...
everything within 20 of that explosion is now...
Yeah, that's really fucking powerful. Damn.
So...
What did you do to us, man?
Well, no, you guys are fine. It's everything that's... So, like, you see where I am on the map right now?
So, that is, quite literally, this entire room is now inverse.
Everything up to me and then over to the right.
Up to the door on the right, like that gray square on the right, everything is now gravity inversed.
But the 3 members of the party are not. It's just the...
No, because if you measure the 3 members, you guys are only 70 feet away from that explosion.
Then I could throw it a lot further than that.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, well, then I want to throw it way further. Can I throw it to, like, here?
Like, let's say you throw it all the way. Even if you throw it to the very back wall, everyone gets hit by it.
That's a fucking crazy Cypher.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll still throw it.
Okay, whatever. We'll just be on the
we're all
ceiling.
floating. Yeah. We have guns.
Is it we're floating or that we're on the ceiling?
I mean, it said inverted, so I don't know. Damn.
Gravity reverses. So basically what you guys are all doing is now you're falling to the ceiling. However, I don't know if Steven's figured this out yet. that also means that all of this poisonous liquid running through the river is now pouring from its well-refined regions and creates
Nice.
waterfalls from its two pouring locations and is now pouring and creating a liquid on the
Jeez.
floor. So give me 1 second because now I need to create a new map to better explain how fucked this is.
I didn't have the extent of this written down before I threw it.
You did.
We
I would let you take that back, but then you're like, "Fuck it, I'm still throwing it."
Yeah.
I would like to say that there are catwalks.
Okay, so how many squares?
You
do
did
Yeah,
say
so
there
we're
were
gonna have to get
catwalks.
up on the bottom of the catwalk somehow.
But the catwalks, you're on the ceiling now, so like the catwalks are above you. Like you can't get
Yeah.
onto the catwalks.
I mean, if we could jump really high, we could. If I had my, because as soon as I
I
get
mean,
to
I meant
level
more like
3, I can
bridges, not
teleport.
like catwalks. Like I mean, these are like those metallic catwalk bridges is what I meant more. Like,
Oh, okay.
not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is it too late
7,
to get back out the
9,
door?
10, 11, 12. Oh yeah,
I mean, we're
it's-
all close to the door.
you immediately start falling. I'll let Alyson and Bjarn have the chance to like grab
I
a hold of
sincerely
the door.
apologize to everyone in the party.
10, 11, 12,
Wait.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Oh,
19, 20,
yeah,
21,
Cecil.
I'm the last one.
23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so I need to make
That's
it
a
26.
ridiculously powerful
I have a
Cypher.
grapnel, I'm
Yes,
fine.
it is. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta build this shit real quick. Would someone like to tell Nate what just happened? Because I'm
Hey
laughing
Nate,
too
you just
hard
got
right
back? I accidentally seriously fucked all of us.
Oh my god, what
okay,
did you do?
let me So-
You go ahead, Zach, because I don't know how to explain what I just did to us.
We're gonna get acided.
Okay, imagine a world where you're standing on
In
the
a world.
ceiling. I was actually going to go with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro, but that
Remember
didn't
when
work
you were a
out.
kid and you played The Floor is Lava?
Yeah, oh my god.
I just turned everything into lava.
Now imagine there's
How did you turn it
nowhere
all
to
into
stand.
lava? I thought it was just
don't-
gravity inverse.
So did I. Turns
Right.
out that it's a huge range of effect. I thought it would affect like
It's a very powerful.
I thought it would affect like 10 squares. It affects like the whole room basically.
And all of the green stuff is
Is
poison.
now just splashing around.
Oh, fuck.
My
First-
character is actually fine because I have the void suit. I think. But the rest of y'all are in danger.
I hate you a little bit right now.
I didn't
Hopefully,
see the thing is
and
I
I
didn't
can
have
hang
when
on
I
to
got
the
the cipher, I didn't
Cecil's
have the
up.
extent of its damage written down, so I didn't realize that it affected like everything within 15 squares. So now, John, have you successfully rearranged the map to portray the damage that I just did?
Kind of. Hold on.
Yikes.
Asshole pizza shows up and first thing is dog does.
so what I
right
need
out the fucking
from-
door.
Cecil and Alyson, you have the chance to grab a hold of the lip of the doorway you just came through as gravity reverses and you all plummet to the ceiling.
fuck.
So,
Okay.
if you would like, I mean, I'm giving you the option. You can grab a hold of that lip.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
I don't
So-
have a void
Yes,
suit
please.
like somebody.
I need a speed check for your reaction to be able to grab a hold of the lip to prevent yourself from
I
falling.
profusely apologize, Cecil.
I have a grapnel. As soon as my turn comes up, I'm just hooking it on something before I hit the...
Effort into this.
Hey, but hey, we got our 2 XP because we figured out what attacked the Inquisitors.
Possibly, if these are the things.
I mean, they better
One
be.
can assume that they
Did I win?
are. Alyson, yes, you did succeed.
No,
Let's see.
thank you.
Jay, you want
I
to
put
roll?
effort into it, and
Ooh, you're
there we
good anyway.
No.
so we both succeed.
Yes, you both succeed. Give me 1 second, I'm almost done.
Right.
However,
Hooray, we're not wrecked.
so the people that go plummeting to the ceiling and the creatures all take 4 damage.
I can't even defend myself with my grapnel by hooking it onto something?
Does my void suit do anything to mitigate that?
No, because this is purely you falling, basically.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
So armor does nothing.
you
against
guys,
Can he grapple
realistically,
to
it'd be
the
2
floor
damage. This
ceiling?
is light damage, because it wasn't actually that... 3. It'd be 3 damage. You're not falling like a stupid amount of distance.
But armor does nothing against it, right?
But
No, because
but
you're
I-
basically impacting.
Okay.
But I can't even use my grapnel to.
It's like, can she grapple the floor ceiling?
I'm gonna say no
Spider-Man
because
it?
you weren't ready for this.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
You were
sorry,
not
Zach.
ready for the
I
world
didn't-
to go
I didn't
upside
warn
down.
anybody.
Yeah, you were
that-
not
Apparently
ready
not.
for your entire world to literally flip. A, B takes 3.
Can I say I was because I was pulling my grapnel out when we got into the room when you said catwalk?
No.
Metagame the shit out of this.
Nice try.
Dang it. Alright.
I am very sorry, everybody. I did not know what I was unleashing when I threw that.
Okay, I'm still building the map, but give me one
Oh,
second.
sweet lord.
Oh, fuck.
That flippin' servo skull, man.
Hey, that's nothing compared to gravity being flipped around.
So basically, this is the best I can do for the ceiling, given the sudden circumstances of the Cypher. So, forgive me for that. But, congratulations! It makes it actually easier to run, because now there is nothing to get in your way when moving around. For argument's sake, let me do one more little bit. Where's my map? I have to represent the location that Bjarn and Alyson are sitting at up here.
So those are now ceiling puddles. Got it.
There. So basically, that's the lip. Actually, I need to move it over one more. That is the lip that you guys are sitting at. That you were able to grab a hold of and pull yourselves up to. Actually, you're kind of holding onto lip. I'm going to say that you haven't been able to pull yourselves up, because that's going to be a mic check. Because, particularly Alyson, you're heavy as fuck with that heavy armor
I'm not.
on. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You got fucking heavy-ass armor and a bulwark shield of doom. See, I told you that armor would come to bite you in the ass in a session or two.
God damn it.
I wasn't
Who would've thought
expecting.
in these
I wasn't expecting it to
circumstances?
happen like this, but I told you it would. So yeah,
Because
you get
somebody threw something they didn't know what it did.
right. Okay, so that was. Oh, hold on. NPC CB. Okay, so that was Maugan. Alyson, you are currently holding one-handed to the lip. What weapon were you holding at the point in time that you were going through this
I had
tunnel?
my shield out, so I had one arm free.
Okay, so you have your shield in one arm, and you're holding onto the lip with the other. You're holding this lip one-handed. You feel the weight of your armor and the shield bearing down on you, but your military training and the strength of your arm has basically kept you deadlocked. But to pull yourself up is going to be quite difficult.
Okay, I'd like to pull a Master Chief and throw the shield on my back and get ready to do a pull-up.
Okay, give me a mic check.
This
And
may
I'm
not
going to
end
say,
well.
I'm going to let you know now, I'm going to reduce your roll by a single point, because you did equip the shield to your back, but it still weighs you down. But you do have your other arm to help you. So, whatever your roll is, I'm reducing it by 1.
So he gets a
Once again,
gets a
sorry.
bonus of -1.
Right.
So he gets a bonus of -1.
You try with all your might,
That's a lot of twos tonight.
but you can't. Like, you get to that point where, like, it's like when you're doing like pull-ups and chin-ups, you get that there's that point where you bend your elbow where like everything becomes easy again right before you hit that 90-degree angle. Alyson almost reaches that point before her arm gives out and she snaps back straight. So you weren't able, unfortunately, to pull yourself up over the ledge.
All right.
But you're still fine. You're still holding on. You haven't fallen.
Oh, good. I didn't roll a 1.
Right. If you fell one, you'd be impacting so hard. You'd be like a turtle on its back.
God damn.
Also, just so you know, the green puddles are the green acid pools that were basically pouring out of down the wall now. The creatures impacted into the acid, which is not so much a bad thing if they're damaged by it, but those are there. And also, probably since more acid is going to be added, these will probably expand.
Have fun.
Okay,
So
creature's
I
turn.
hope it doesn't fill the room in
So
an
now
hour.
I try to pull myself up.
Not yet. It's the creature's turn. So they are going to get to their feet,
Okay.
which will be part of their movement, and then they will move 1. There we go. And uno, dos, tres, cuatro. There we go. They will move out of the. Actually, they need to do a little bit more. There we go. And there we go. Okay. They move out there. So they get up and they begin moving out of the acid pollution pool. And
Do they look like they at least took damage from the shit I did?
they did take damage from the fall.
Yay.
What about the acid? Does that empower them or damage them?
You don't see them suddenly like growing extra muscles, so that's good. But you
We
also
have that
don't
going for us, which is nice.
you don't see like their skin smoking either, so
Ass.
there's that too.
Maybe we just accept that I fucked up and run away.
How?
You run away?
The doors are on the ceiling now.
I mean, somebody gets up there and throws I don't know.
I have a grapnel. I could grab everybody.
Yeah, there you go, Zach. If we waited like another tier up, I can get an ability where I can teleport. But
Okay,
so
Cecil,
somebody get me 12 XP.
suddenly gravity has reversed itself, and you plummet to the ceiling above, smashing into it, crumpling, and you feel bones popping that you haven't had since that one time you met that Asian woman on a rare planet and she gave you an awesome massage.
So I
I
don't
see what
take
you
2
did there.
damage because it felt good, right?
It's like that hurt-pain relationship.
That was worth a try. So clearly, I guess I have to get on my feet then. So I can't move my token.
Technically, I do need to mark you with the prone marker.
But I can't even click my token.
Really? You should be able to. 1 second. You should be able to. It says that you have available to do so.
Oh, sorry. I had the ruler out. My bad.
Okay, cool. Glad I didn't fuck that up. Alrighty, so
I guess I stand on my feet. Is that
Yep.
gonna take my entire? That's my actual.
that's
action.
your immediate action. So you can't move during this turn, but you can do something still.
But my something could still be moving.
Yeah, if you want to trade your actual something, you can move a short distance. But then you don't get to do fuck all.
So. I don't think I can. Wait a minute.
By the way, Steven, thank you for this. This is totally hilarious as fuck.
Okay, so what is the
I'm
shape? Of
done. I don't even know.
what is the shape of the room in? What is the shape of the ceiling? Is it a flat ceiling? Is it a curved ceiling?
It's totally flat.
Okay.
That's actually why this runoff of liquid has literally created pools.
So we're in a box. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this does not bode well for us.
I apologize, guys.
So let's see what we can do here. Because I'm not very much of a melee guy. Our melee guy is hanging from the ceiling with,
Yep.
Hanging
and
from the floor.
Yeah, I'm hanging
Yeah.
on the floor.
And just for
So-
identifiers, I'm going to color these things so that I can keep track of them in case you hurt them.
In case we hurt them. Well,
Well, it sounds like you're trying to create an escape plan versus a combat plan at this point.
Yeah, I think I might have ruined our chances of killing them and getting information.
nah, dude. Clearly,
You can totally do this.
yeah, we got this.
Alyson has a
Oh.
machine gun above you. She
Yep.
just has
Yep.
to
That's what I'm
man.
using.
She just has to get onto the lip so that she can fire down at these fucks.
Okay, I'm gonna use the Staff of Infernal Wall and set up. Let's
Do
see.
you want a diagonal wall, like catty corner, like
Right
that?
Between the two,
Right.
right here.
Okay, cool.
Right there.
Yeah, hold on. And how long did we ever do? It's 40 feet, right?
I got 30 by 30 by 1.
Yeah, so we'll do just because
Alright, well I gotta hit it first, so that's just what do I roll again?
I need a
Depletion.
1d10 to see if you deplete it on this
1d20.
roll.
1d20.
It's a 1d10. My bad.
Oh, it's a 1d10?
Yeah, I looked it up later. All artifacts are a 1d10. It's a 10% chance that you deplete it. If you roll a 1,
Oh.
it empties and you can't use the artifact again.
Let's do this then.
You're fine.
6. We're good.
Yeah, so you create a good big firewall right across that gout. And then, actually, I need to put an E here for the environment.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, so you reach out and you grab your staff and you hold it forward and you just swipe it across, triggering the button, and a napalm-like substance spews out of it from pool end to pool end. Probably you touch like a little bit in the acid pools with a sizzling sound as you make sure that you get all the way across. But you do, and now you have this towering fiery wall in your way.
Does it do anything to the acid?
You didn't really like pour it into the acid because you were
Okay.
only going that distance. If you'd like to, I can tell. If you want to test it, I'd be happy to let you know.
Okay, I was
You
just.
can.
We'll wait till next turn since I think I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna do.
Right. Okay.
How long does that gravity thing last?
An hour
This is gonna take a while.
or like 24 hours, one of the two. A really fucking long time.
Oh dear.
Yeah, again, I apologize. Let me check the book. It actually doesn't say how long it lasts. The level is 1d6 plus 1, so maybe the level is how long it lasts?
Just for argument's sake, I'll say that
Oh
that's.
no, I'm sorry. For 1 hour.
Yeah, there you go. I thought it said 1 hour. Otherwise, if it was based on level, I would have said it was
6 plus
1 minute
days.
per level. Yeah, days. You all are sitting on the ceiling in this basically, essentially an acid pool for days.
Okay, well- What's up next?
That would be Bjarn. Bjarn, you're hanging from the lip of
Alright, so
into the acid pool chasm thing that might become below you, which was the which is the ceiling.
But think of it this way: you guys can now see in the room due to
Yeah.
the large fire.
Yeah, the entire room is lit. There's this fiery wall.
Fiery ceiling. Wait, no. This legitimately goes from the floor to the ceiling, because didn't you say it was 25 feet tall?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no getting through, or
yeah,
no
so
getting
I tried
through
to
that
get
sucker.
myself up.
So we're basically entirely separated from these creatures.
Essentially.
Between
yeah.
your flame staff and
Okay, so you're
my
gonna try to get up onto the
inexplicable-
ledge, Jay?
It's not a bad roll.
Yep.
Okay, give me a mic check. Oh, you did. Awesome. Yeah, you totally do it. You sit there and you see Alyson really try,
Right.
and unfortunately, just the amount of shit that Alyson owns has weighed her down too much. But you, being the lighthearted, spirited vocalist that you are, you have done occasionally a chin up in your life, and you are able to pull yourself up on the ledge, barely huffing and puffing, and you are now safe, and you are now able to do something next turn if you so choose. The environment
Huzzah.
gets to do its thing. Did I consider these tokens? I did. Oh, lucky
I'm glad
day.
that I could test your ability to invent on the fly, John.
So the pool expands.
What
Of
happened?
course it does.
What happens to the fire that's near it, or that it starts?
You know boiling water?
Yeah.
Now it's boiling sludge. Steaming a
Goody.
gaseous, probably poisonous liquid into the air.
Oh goody.
The fire remains though, so like it's basically the fire is still peeking out of it, but like it's like an underwater flare, basically, but
Okay.
like in this nasty sludge shit. Cool. Maugan Ra.
I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know where I am or what's going on, other than the fact that I've ruined everything.
Yep, that's fact.
Turns.
I have slammed into the roof, and I'm now standing on the ceiling. Correct?
You're lying on the ceiling, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll use my free action to stand up. So now
Yeah.
I can't do anything except look around, right?
No, it's basically you can't move an immediate distance. You can still like
Yeah.
shoot a gun, or you could move a short distance still and not do anything else, kind of thing.
I don't even know after what I did. The green is pools of acid. The red scribbly is fire.
Yes.
Yes.
The two creatures are the creatures, and everything else has been consumed by the acid.
There's like the bodies of those like dudes have totally like fallen into the acid. They're not like sizzling and shit like that. Like, to be honest, like I know we've been using the word acid, but it's really more like polluted sludge more than anything
Sewer
else.
Oh, okay, so it's probably like deadly, but it's not going to just straight up immediately dissolve.
It's
the
not
body.
like if you walk through it, you're not gonna immediately like sizzle to death like in Dungeons and Dragons.
But if I get this shit in my mouth, it's like drinking bleach.
Yeah,
from-
yeah, exactly.
cheap.
You're drinking Drano if you fucking swallow that.
Well, I mean, I'm far as fuck from any of the nearby stuff, so can I just maybe... I don't even know. I fucked everything up so bad.
I mean, you were good until the fact that you forgot that there was liquid in this room.
No, I didn't realize how big the effect of the gravity inversion was.
I
Now
warned
I'll stand
you,
on this-
and you still said,
It's like
fuck
a
it, I'm
Lionel
still
Richie
doing it.
fucking video. Am I close enough to just try and shoot one of the fuckers with my shuriken pistol?
Goes...
That's pretty far, right?
How long does a shuriken pistol go?
I do not know. Let me look at the...
Don't exactly have a range.
Yeah, it just says pierce, ignores through armor. Oh!
What is this?
I was trying to sell my heavy stubber and my rocket launcher way back when we talked to the black market
Yeah,
guy.
we
need
did
to deal
talk
with
about
that later.
that. We'll go over that after.
Yeah, that's later.
So there is a range on these in the rule book. So
Yeah, I think I'm outside of the range, so can I maybe just try and jump up
I'm gonna
onto the
assume that
doorway?
it's short with a pistol because most pistols are short. Short would
Yeah.
be 10 boxes, which
Alright,
would
so I'm
be
outside of that. I'm just going to use my turn to try and grab onto the doorway like Alyson and Bjarn did, I guess.
Okay, you realize that that is more than 20 feet above you, right?
Yeah, I can, like, jump, maybe?
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
I have acrobatics. Can I throw some effort into it?
Absolutely.
What would that be, speed?
This is going to be might.
Yeah, okay, I'll just continue
This
to
is
drain my
your
might pool.
power.
But I would still roll my acrobatics, which is skills speed.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But I would still drain 3 points from might.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Fuck, is that high enough to get my 3 points back, or is it only nat
Yeah,
20s
it
to
is.
get my points back?
Well, you don't get your 20s are the only one where you get your points back. But you fucking do it. You do this running leap shit. And like you do one of those like where like you're running while you go through the air and you barely, but you do smack both hands and you actually land right where Bjarn was. right
Yeah,
there.
I'm sorry I fucked you over, Cecil, but yeah, me.
And you grab that lip, and Bjarn, like maybe you actually grab like Bjarn's ankles, which are still like peeking over the lip as like he got on, and so like Bjarn, you suddenly feel like this weight weighing down on you from behind as like
Breaking ankles.
Maugan Raw grabs a
Shit.
hold of your ankles, and like you feel him like tugging up as he's trying to get up to avoid this acid. On the good note, though, if these things don't work with the acid, just gotta wait an hour, and then you can go down and plunder the fuck out of them as everything flips itself. Okay, so Alyson.
So let's try and get Zach out of there.
Oh, good.
Zach's got a grappling hook, so he's
I
kind
get-
of okay.
I'm going to get out. It's just,
He's a dickhole.
hey,
Just a matter
I'm
of
sorry I
time.
planned accordingly.
I'm sorry a grappling hook couldn't support my weight. I'm gonna try to do a pull-up again, because
Give me
fuck
my
it, that's all I
check.
can do.
Do you want to spend some effort on this?
Nope. RNG gods say yes.
RNG gods do say yes. Alyson, slightly disheartened that you were not able to do it the first time, you mentally focus yourself and think about the Lord Emperor not as a skeleton but as a naked, sexy man and your future husband, and you chin up yourself up.
Jesus Christ. Forgot how fucked up the people are that I'm playing this game with.
Just do it, Alyson.
I resent that.
You shouldn't.
You are a future bride of the Emperor,
It doesn't make me
and
feel
you're
better.
celibate.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Think of it like being cockstrong. You haven't been laid in a really long time, like ever, so you're able to focus that energy to something else.
Okay, we're moving on.
So yeah, you peel yourself up, no problem. Creatures. Short
Fuck
distance.
this game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Fire.
10. Yes, he's gonna take damage. 1, 2,
This
3,
fucker's moving.
4,
He's
5,
moving right to the
6,
ass.
7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
Okay, you know, I don't feel so bad
8,
about
9, 10.
fucking the gravity up, because apparently these guys are badass.
Okay, Zach, does it say how much damage that firewall does? Or do I
4.
get 4? That was red. Okay.
And that's got to avoid damage, or armor, right? Because that's straight up like warp fire.
Yeah, it burns right through any armor that they have.
So did the other dinosaur when it went stomping through the acid puddles, spraying acid everywhere, take any damage, or look like its legs are sizzling a little bit?
Nope.
What an asshole. Or acid.
So I
However-
just fucked everything up. Okay.
However, everyone, let's see, who's actually able... Everyone's kind of trying to scramble out of this fucking location, except for Cecil right now. Cecil, when you see
Hey, John,
this...
wouldn't I be up on that gray bar with them? Because I straight up scrambled up on there.
You're holding onto the lip. That's why I put you like next to the great bar.
Oh, that
Because
sucks.
you got Bjarn's ankles.
I resent being called the lip.
Yeah. Cecil.
And okay.
As these behemoth, terrifying creatures bear down on you, two things happen. You notice that they have patches of their skin molting off, kind of strips that seem to be like almost melting off of them, showing these gaping pustule wounds on their bodies, which are similar to what you found in the tunnels that you've been collecting for Mekhog. However, something about this feels wrong. Like deep down to the core of what you know to be truly wrong of your human essence. I need you to roll me a 1d4.
Oh shit, you're getting corrupted, motherfucker.
And you're muted.
I was wondering when that was gonna make a comeback.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
2 corruption points.
Alright, well now I'm at 4 corruption points. Wait. Because we never decided what happened with my other ones. Was I at 2 corruption or 5
You
corruption?
get that first 2, but then the second ones I was gonna give you get negated because I realized that I was being unfair.
Okay,
So you are
so
now
you're
at
at
4.
4.
You are still pure in the eyes of the Emperor.
But just barely.
Barely.
So, John, for you, it's when you pass the threshold, right? So 1 to 4 is pure, 5 to
9
okay.
is stained, 10 to 4. Basically, if you are that number, you are okay. If you are
Okay, cool.
so like if he hits a 1 on a 1d4 after this, then he is stained because that's
So
a
if he
5.
decides to pick up and fuck with some warp tainted books again.
Yeah, if he masturbates with like a corrupted fleshlight and like it gives him 1 corruption, then bam, instantly stained by the touch of evil.
Okay. I can promise you that if I was still the GM, that would not be an issue, but...
Hey, there's lots of ciphers out there. You don't know what they could be.
That's very much within the
You
realm
never
of
know.
Slanesh,
We'll find it in
so...
the sewers.
Yeah, that's a Slaneshi as fuck.
Okay, so let's see here. That was the bad
Monsters.
guys. Cecil,
Oh, it's my turn, is it?
it is.
What is directly above me? The ceiling?
The
Or
ceiling.
the floor?
Which is
the floor.
The floor.
So there's no catwalks or anything between me and...
No, the catwalk. Like the only like catwalk that you see is like out like kind of where the the top puddle is and the firewall. There is a bridge of sorts that was intended to like help you over like the original water deluge or corrupted deluge.
What could I possibly like? So are there any like? Because it doesn't look like there's an awful lot of room at that doorway anymore. So.
Well, don't forget, this is a circular opening, so like if you shoot and you hook it above the top, you'd still be fine.
Okay.
Also, Alyson cleared the lip now, so like technically, Alyson's spot is open. Like if you want to get up there, because Alyson's actually over. Alyson succeeded on the mic check.
Okay.
You just can't go
Well.
to where like Bjarn and Maugan are, because they're actually like there.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, I guess I'm gonna hook my way up.
Okay. I
What do
need a shot test, a speed test to see if you hook it in a good place that doesn't fail. That's good. That'll work. So yeah, you hook it. So this is a grappling gun, or what is this that you're shooting?
It's a grapnel, so just...
Okay. So it has some kind of thing to like assist you in pulling you up and stuff.
Yeah.
Some kind of pulley. Awesome. So yeah, you
It's a
begin to
Batman
zip
thing,
up.
right?
I'll say you get about halfway there on the initial thing, because it's a little bit slower than like Maugan did, where he literally fucking like left that shit.
Works for me.
Okay, cool. So Bjarn, you're scrambling up. You feel this weight suddenly hit your ankles as Maugan kind of grabs a hold of partially you, partially the lip, to make his way up as well. What are you doing?
Can I help him up? Does that mean?
Yeah, you can totally
Yeah,
do
my
that.
whole
Like
turn.
your movement is to stand up. Your actual action is to assist in his movement. So, Maugan, on your turn, you will get an asset from Bjarn because he's helping you get back up. That's the environment's turn. Environment will grow.
I guess I should move, closer to the wall then, huh?
Yeah. Now it is Maugan's turn, so give me a might check to pull yourself up, and you will get a free asset from Bjarn.
Okay, well, I am at almost nothing as far as might, just from spending points, so... Yeah, that's gotta beat it, right?
With the thing, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So with Bjarn's help, you're able to haul yourself over the lip. Both of you falling as you do so, but both of you solidly in the tunnel. Alyson, you are now up on the thing. You are still flat on your belly, but you are inside the
Wait, I
tunnel.
don't get to do anything else?
That was your full action, is to get up
okay.
there.
So I'm gonna do the flippy whoopy and then shoot him with my heavy stubber.
Okay, roll me a attack.
Do I get like an asset for being prone?
No. Nah. I'm gonna say no.
Damn. Alright. Well, fuck it. We'll do it live. Heyo!
That was a very good roll. Fuck me. 6 damage. You get an additional +1 damage on that, right? Where's my cheat sheet? You don't.
Can't he also do like moderate or
That's what I'm
certain
looking
minor
at.
effects? Ignore armor, strike specific body
I
part.
was looking to
knockback,
see if
fast distract.
17.
I don't have a minor effect.
No, because it would have said minor effect if it. So it's
17 is just
+1.
+1 damage.
So 7 damage. I'm assuming that you're shooting the blue one, considering that one's the closest.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Blue
7.
one.
Eat a dick, dinosaur.
So yeah, you kind of like, and then like you turn around and you ready up and you push it against your shoulder and you aim at that big monstrous creepy fucker down below you and you just squeeze hard on that trigger. And you just see bullets start slamming, pummeling it as it like shakes from the impact of the bullets. Still up, but it's got some meaty fucking bloody holes in it now. It's not looking good.
These things are tougher than shit.
Okay, so that was Alyson. Creature's turn. 1, 2. Cecil, I need you to roll me a defense check with a negative asset.
Because I'm hanging.
Because
Okay.
it's very hard to defend yourself when you're hanging.
I can't give myself a negative asset.
Then we'll just treat it like it's 3 less than you roll.
Alright.
That's what I do for everything because I don't know how to work the system yet. So.
Nope.
So you get a 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Take 5 damage. What's your armor?
0.
Cool, take 7 damage.
And
how do you have no armor?
Ooh.
I'm not trained in anything.
How did you not even, like, I'm gonna put on a fucking heavy sweater.
Hey John, can I briefly, remember when you told me about how I can take ineptitudes for trained things?
Yeah.
Did you ever explain that to everybody else?
Yeah. When I built their character, I helped them build their characters. I told them that
Okay,
they should
because
do it.
y'all got to do that shit. Because like if I have to, where's my character sheet? I have an ineptitude when it comes to acting, human culture, imperial technology, empathy, and politics. So I'm shit at those. But that means that anything related to Xenos culture, I'm trained at. Anything related to sight, acrobat, stealth, and vehicle driving, I'm trained at. Like y'all got to start fucking with that.
So basically, this was back when we were building the characters. I told you that you guys could, like, to think about how you wanted to stylize your characters.
Pick something you're shitty at.
So, like, when you make a
good.
bipolar character where you're really good at some things and really bad at other things, the system is really good about doing that, where basically you say, I'm really bad at this. And it says, okay, because you're really bad at this, you can be really good at something else, and then you buy it. I think a couple of you bought, like, 1 or 2 things, but I told you to buy, like, 4. And, like, I know Steven bought, like, a truckload of them.
Yeah, so like I'm useless at figuring out anything that's human culture. Like I couldn't, like if we were in that big room, I couldn't tell who was in charge. But I recognized that alien claw because I was good at alien shit.
Right. Also, Cecil, I need you to roll me a mic check.
I was hoping to distract you from how fucked he was.
You lose hold of your grapnel
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I'm dead.
sorry.
and are
Because
dragged
now-
back down in the maw of this creature.
Yep.
I was really very much hoping I could distract from that.
Because on top of that, I'm impaired. So.
Wrecked.
Well, luckily, there's 3 people above you that can hopefully kill this shit before it wrangles you around.
I mean, Maugan's pretty selfish. I might.
Just remember.
I
if
think
you walk
Maugan
up
also feels pretty guilty about what has happened recently.
Yeah. Also, I like Zach because if I get my special teleportation ability, I can bring Zach along with me. So.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Great team here. We got good teamwork skills.
Yeah. If it was anybody but Zach, I'd be just booking it. But his character has a special soft spot.
I mean, it's not like he's Roland and I'm Zeke again, where he just everything that screws me over.
Yeah. I'm trying to help you this campaign.
Okay. Bjarn. You're free to act on this turn.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you have an ability that like
So
will
I'm going.
massively help the rest of us?
He's got some
That
I
was that
do,
like
but I want to do something else. I
speak
have
to the,
a
okay.
ray emitter Cypher.
Okay, what's that do?
Allows the user to project a ray of destructive energy up to 200 feet that inflicts intellect damage equal to the Cypher's level. Also, the victim cannot take actions for a number of rounds equal to the Cypher's level. It's level 6.
Okay,
So
well, fuck
I
what I
hit one
mentioned.
of them and it's
Fuck
basically
me.
out.
Okay, so you're gonna fire this shit at it.
So yeah, I'm
The blue one or the red one?
I'm gonna aim for the one that was. Alyson shot up the blue one, right?
Right. So the blue one is the one that got plugged by Alyson and also grabbed Cecil and dragged him down.
Yeah.
The red one was the one that ran through the firewall and is still charging towards you guys. Oh, actually,
the
hold
blue
on. I
one
forgot to
avoided
move
the
the
I
red one.
will aim
1,
for the red
2,
one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
shit.
8, 9. Yeah, I forgot to move the red one. I'm sorry. So they're both right next to you.
Okay.
I mean, relatively. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
technically
gonna
there's
aim
like 10,
for the
15
red
feet.
one.
Okay, red one. I need a speed test to see
And
if
do I have to
you...
roll for
Is the
that?
blue
or
one
just
still attached
hits?
to Cecil?
Yep. Cecil is currently... Like, you can actually see, like, it grabbed a hold of, like, Cecil, like, kind of, like, on his hip and, like, kind of, like, went, like, diagonal. And, like, just all of its maw has sunk into his flesh. And, like, it's just
Oh shit! So it's
holding
got
him.
his mouth around him. It's holding him down. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't able to leap that high, but it was able to get enough air because of its movement to get its entire mouth around him.
So, wait. So is my grapnel hanging there, or did it pop out of the ceiling?
No, it's hanging there. Yeah, it literally
Okay.
that was the mic check. Is it was to see if you could
Okay.
hold yourself
Gotcha.
from being
And-
pulled down again, and basically
Gotcha.
it slipped out of your hand.
Well, that's what I was wondering, is if it was... Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so you're firing at the red one, Bjarn? Speed test 2?
Yes.
Was that... Or the speed test beats a 2?
I
Was that-
rolled.
Unfortunately, when you
Yeah,
fire
that was
the...
mine.
Let me read something real quick in the rulebook. Because it seems pretty shitty to expend a Cypher and miss it. Where's my...
That would suck indeed in this case.
Because you will miss it with a 2. Warhammer Cypher System rulebook. Where's that page? Cypher, Cypher, Cypher. Cypher's 340. Cypher's limits identifying using. Nope, that's how they work. That's unfortunate. Each cipher is used, and if it has an accuracy or other type modifier, intelligence, strength, speed based, you use that. Because ciphers are single-use items, ciphers used to make an attack can never be used with X, Y, and Z abilities. So yeah, that implies that ciphers have to be used like attack weapons if they emit rays or bullets or things like that. So unfortunately, you fire down at that thing, and just this it was like, what was it, a negative energy or something?
Destructive energy.
Yeah, so you fire this destructive energy, and this black, almost bubbling, swirling liquid shoots out of this little gun that you have it in, and slams into the ground nearby it. It kind of dodges out of the way from this black thing. Immediately, like, it creates like this negative crater, like that's like probably like a small, like 3-foot wide hole straight into the what originally was the floor and now is currently your ceiling. Okay, that was suck. Too bad you weren't able to hit. The environment. Boop. Okay.
Well, at least They didn't pluck us with it.
Fuck. Okay, Maugan. Steven.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Steven. Your turn. You're
I
muted.
strongly apologize. My turn.
Yes.
What the fuck can I do? I'm up on that wall, right? So I can basically just shoot something?
Mm-hmm. Or you can dive down in a heroic attempt to save Cecil.
I mean...
Don't do it.
All of this is my fault, so...
Don't do it, bro.
Shoot it. Shoot him.
How far does Eldar honor go with races other than the Eldar?
I have no desire to protect Cecil as a dickhead Eldar, but my prophecy fella told me before I left that I needed to keep this party safe. So...
Tally-ho!
Blue or red, which looks more damaged and which is currently attacking Cecil?
They look
Blue
pretty
is-
equally damaged, however the blue one is the one with Cecil's maw wrapped around it. And you could reach either of
Okay.
them with a leap.
So I want to look at the party on either side of me, look at Cecil, sigh heavily, like I'm very unhappy with what I'm about to do, and just kind of step off of the shelf and casually like drop down with my cape like flaring around me and just drive my blade that's flaring with electricity down into that fucker's head.
So like right there, like kind of like leap off and drive down.
I suppose, like if you zoom in and you look at the monster, I'm assuming its jaw is closed because it's wrapped around Cecil, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to kind of drive it into like right about where that fin is, like right above where the eyes are, just like right down into the brain.
Okay, yeah.
So a big shock of electricity drives down into the brain.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll and I'll give you an asset because you're plummeting towards it from above.
I was gonna spend effort, but I guess
Well,
that works too.
I mean, technically you can spend an effort to increase the damage.
Ooh, so what do I do for that?
It's the same amount, it's just instead of making it one effort
But-
easier, it's 3 damage increase.
But which pool do I have to spend from?
The same as, it would be might, because the dagger is a might pool.
Even though it's in attack speed?
What?
I think the dagger is speed.
Dagger should be might.
You told me to put it in attack speed.
Oh, then it would be
Might.
both. Oh, I did say the daggers were either, and that you had the choice, and because you were Eldar, you pick speed because Eldar are fast fuckers.
Oh,
So,
fucking fantastic.
then,
so I'm
yeah,
gonna
you
spend
could do
2
speed.
effort for... Okay, so I'm gonna increase the damage from speed. Ooh! Fuck that.
Okay,
dude.
so
So does that mean that I do...
you do the 3
10
damage, plus you
Plus
do an
3.
additional 3, which is 6, and you
Plus 4.
can, if you want, either do a major effect or an additional 4 on top of that.
Where are the major effects? Page 3?
Basically, it's anything on the cheat sheet. Which is page...
I can't
3.
disarm it because it's...
There
just
is
got its
no
claws
disarming on
No,
it, yeah.
yeah. I think maybe my best bet is to just do that massive amount of damage. Unless I want to stun it, but then I wouldn't do any damage.
Major
Oh, no,
effects
if I
are page
stun it-
1.
If I
You-
stunned it, I would do 2
You
damage.
still do... Well, if you stun it, you do 6 damage, but you don't do the additional 4 from rolling the 20.
So I can do 6 damage and it will not be able
You
to attack
automatically
my
do
turn,
6.
Or I can just do 10 damage.
You automatically do 6 damage no matter what. But anything on that chart is free, or you can also do an additional 4 damage. So you could stun it, disarm it, knock down, strike back, move past, knock down, strike a specific body part, hinder, or do 4 damage.
Cecil, how's your health? Should I stun it or should I just do the full damage?
I've got...
He's already hindered. He's
I'm
lost
already
his
hindered.
entire might pool.
Yep.
What's your speed damage or what's your speed pool?
I got
Sorry
10
for
and 10.
metagame.
I got 10 and 10 left.
Oh, well then fuck it. I'm gonna just do the full damage.
Okay. So you do the full damage. Also, don't forget, because you rolled a 20, you automatically get the spent points for the effort back.
Oh, how do I do that? Thank you.
You get it back. So total,
I
it
spent-
was
I spent
10
two.
damage to the blue one.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
It's looking fucked. You hit that perfect when you do it, and
So
not
I just
only
drive my blade down into it and
yeah,
feel electricity.
you get like right between like bone, and not only do you do that, but like immediately upon the impact, you grab your other hand, wrap it around it, and then you just drag it straight down along the way. That was probably like the 20, opening up just
Fucking
this
fantastic.
huge wound
Wait a
on the
minute.
side of its neck. Yes.
They move Wait, doesn't he move before them? What's the turn order again?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've moved those, so it's
It
definitely
goes
my turn.
Maugan, Alyson, the creatures, Cecil, Bjarn, environment. So I just expanded the pools. Now it's Maugan's turn again.
Okay, I'm just confused because if I move after them, how did either A, I get eaten or get bit, or B, how did I not have an opportunity to do something before that happened?
Didn't I make you do a... Oh, no, I didn't. I think... Okay, you should have a might check to break out of its maw. I didn't do that because I looked at the might check from you holding on the grapnel, and I thought that was your hold on the maw, trying to break out of the maw. That was my fault.
I have a better question. How many times can I use the staff in one? Is that just I can just keep firing it as long as I have it?
You might break it if you
I
roll.
think it's a 1 per use on artifacts. Let me check. It's like a 1 day thing.
That's what I was wondering. I wasn't sure if it was a one-day thing.
Let me check on that. I remember reading that, but I'll confirm that real quick. Running ciphers. Where's my artifacts?
I was looking for artifacts and I wasn't.
Hold on. It's so hard to do it in the middle of a book.
Yeah, the Cypher system is fantastic once you figure it out, but it's really hard to look shit up in the middle of everything.
Whatever.
Well, just like in the book. I'm gonna say that it's a 1 day thing because that makes sense for now.
That's fine.
For now.
How does it have a hold of me?
Its entire mouth, like all those nasty pointy teeth, are sunk into your chest and from like hip to shoulder, or like armpit.
Okay, well, since it's probably up to about here, right?
Yeah, so like it definitely goes from like your hip, which you can't like. Oh, you can see it on me. From your hip all the way up to like here, and like the really pointed teeth just missed sinking into you, and they like crunched in like right underneath your armpit. But the whole thing,
Well,
like it's almost like a sash.
So one of my arms is definitely in its mouth.
No, they're
Or-
both
I see where
free
you're
because
going
it's
with
going
this.
from hip to arm, so your arms are free.
Okay. Can I shoot it in the head?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing this.
Okay. So you do get an asset because this is point blank with the gun.
One asset. We're doing this.
But also remember that it gets an asset because you're not able to defend yourself well, given the circumstances. Which
Whoop-de-doo.
right, I know, but I'm just saying. Like, oh, you did really well. Okay, so yeah,
Pockets.
3 damage to blue. Okay, so this is before
Before Maugan.
Maugan does his rake. So yeah, I think like probably like you catch it like right in like the cheek, like you're trying to jam it like in the spot where it's kind of got you, like to try to get it to like loosen you up, right? Like that makes sense. And you fire, but like you didn't get it quite as good as you wanted, but you still did a good job. And suddenly like a part of like its mouth, like maybe like right around like its cheekbone, blasts out from the pistol shot. Bunch of chunk of meat goes flying out. Then Maugan does his like leap of faith, dragging this shit down, opening up its neck and area, maybe using like that hole that you created as an example. Alyson,
See.
how are you trying to save Cecil? The creature, now that Maugan has gotten his dagger into it, looks like it's on its last leg, but it's refusing to let go of its prey.
Fuck it. Yeah, we'll do it live.
Are you going to spend points?
Nope.
Yeah. Kill that bitch.
Not enough.
Okay. What?
Really? Really? To hit it is more than a difficulty 4?
This is a level 5 creature.
This is ass and...
I asked! I asked. Let's
He
be
did,
fair.
yeah. Usually, if John's nice enough to ask, it's because there's a reason that you might need it.
So you lean forward and you just start slamming. This is the same one that you hit before, so you know your bullets can penetrate this hide, and you fire off. Unfortunately, you're trying not to hit Cecil and Maugan in this process.
Stab the fuck out of this
And
bitch.
with all the wiggling of this creature whipping Cecil around in its mouth, the damage that it's taken, your bullets, you can't just keep the aim and center mass, and your bullets go wide. Not able to penetrate. Creature's turn.
I did just stab him, so he should attack me and not Cecil, right?
Well, he's got Cecil already in his mouth. So, Cecil,
I tried.
I don't really have a rule for this, so I'm going to make up a rule real quick. I'm going to say that because you're already in its mouth, it doesn't have to roll to hit you. You're already caught. However, you don't receive the amount of damage that the initial puncture does because he's literally just whipping you back and forth. You know, like Willow Smith. So, I knew Nate would get that.
John.
So take 4 damage instead of the 7 that it would have normally
Can the
done to you.
Game Master take 4 damage as well? That's an unacceptable reference.
Okay. Maugan, I need a defense roll from you though, as the red one tries to do the same to you that the blue one did to Cecil.
Alright, fuck this guy. Where's my character sheet? So I need to roll speed, right?
You do.
I'm gonna throw some effort into that bitch. I don't want
Okay.
this fucker to touch me.
Okay. I wait
I
with
hit
bated
this.
breath.
Oy vey. Okay.
Beats
well,
a 5.
I apparently wasted 2 points, but yeah, he's.
So yeah,
Do I
you
get anything special? Is he like impaired because I threw effort into it? I
not
beat
with a
6.
17. I don't think that there's reasonably anything that I can say.
Yeah. All right. Well, he hits me, and I completely easily avoid it, and I flick him off, so he's angry.
Yeah. You maybe like as he like snaps out, you like boop him in the snout with like your
Yeah,
hand.
something.
Punch him in the
something
snout.
to show that he's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he, like a
Thank you.
snake and you just boop him in the snoot?
Yep. Boop him in the snoot. Awesome.
Snoot is prime for booping?
Boop.
All right. So now it is Cecil's turn. What would you like to do, Cecil? As a benevolent GM, I will say that if you hit him, you could probably stop him from biting you.
Hit him.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
However, you need to hit him, which, as Nate has figured out, is not the easiest thing.
Well, it should be easier now that he's not wiggling around.
Well,
He's still wiggling.
Yeah, but
totally.
he's not in the mouth, and he doesn't
He's-
have to worry about hitting
he's
himself.
still in the
'cause
mouth.
It's not that bad. If you shoot yourself while you're in the mouth of a dinosaur, you deserve to die.
I
Well,
will
I mean,
say
like-
on my turn, I plan to just shove a frag grenade into him. So.
That's gonna get real interesting for Cecil.
Okay, I'm gonna pop some 2 effort,
Uh-huh.
so that'll give
Whoa,
me
with your-
roll efficiency
your
of
level
1.
Right. You
Right.
also get 1 because you're close range with your gun.
Yep.
So
So let's-
technically, you need to roll a 3 or higher.
Let's do this.
I think 6 or higher. 6 or higher.
I
That
think I
does it.
beat it.
Fuck that guy.
How would you like to kill the creature that has currently wrapped its maw around you?
I'm gonna go with just take the gun and just shove it, point it straight down its throat hole.
So like you jam your fist into its mouth and just start
Yep.
firing as hard as you can, like over and
Yep.
over. So yeah, you
Yes.
guys see that like you see it wiggling Cecil around, like ripping away at his flesh as it's trying to like literally just ragdoll him to death. And finally, like he's able to take his gun and shove it into the maw, and you just hear, and like the sound gets louder as it creates more space in the region that his fist is sitting inside of this creature's mouth, and then the back of its head just starts exploding outward, and you see more flesh flying out as Cecil continually fires until his gun. I'm gonna say this is animated. You don't have to knock this off, Cecil, until his gun is empty. I'm not gonna knock that off. I think that's cool explanation versus like costing you money. All right, so the blue one goes down. Cecil, I'm going to say that just for argument's sake, you're prone because it brought you down with it in its maw. So you're prone. Bjarn.
Alright, so I politely ignore the fact that I just missed with my super death weapon,
Uh-huh.
and instead start talking about how these creatures can be beaten. We can defeat them, etc. And use my encouragement skill.
Okay, so what's that do again? Because I totally forgot, and I'm sure everyone else did too.
Pretty much everything we get is like a 1
Gives
increase on.
everyone an asset, basically.
Just free asset on pretty much everything.
Anything even remotely combat related, right?
Is it combat? Is it skills? Is there
I
an
believe
X?
so.
Let me check real quick on your character.
I know it benefited us the entire time during combat the last time we used it.
Right. So, encouragement. While you maintain the ability throughout ongoing inspiring oration, your allies within short range, which is everyone, modify the difficulty of one of the following task types of your choice. So he has to pick one of these. Defense, attacks, or skills.
I know, John,
that you are trained
I'm
in.
certain that last time you said that it was all of those, not just pick one of them. Maybe we've changed that rule, but...
I'm reading... Maybe I didn't read it last time, but... So your allies within short range, difficulty of one of the following tasks of your choice.
I know for certain that last time you said that we at least got a bonus to defense and offense. Maybe we misread it last time.
I think we
fine,
probably
but-
misread it last time because there's a comma after it. It says defense tasks, comma, attack tasks, comma.
Oh no,
or.
I'm definitely going to defer to whatever you're
Yeah,
reading.
because there's an or in there too, which implies that only one of these gets to be chosen.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Cecil so Bjarn, would you like to give everyone a bonus to defense, attacks, or skill checks with your oration? Basically, how are you encouraging
I'm
them?
going to say defense tasks so that Cecil does not die
Okay.
horribly.
I'll say just
In the
as
sewer.
advice, technically Maugan's the
Oh,
one
stealing.
that's the ire of the current beast. So
I'm not super worried about it.
So if you wanted, you could do like attack tasks so that Maugan and Alyson could probably kill this faster and get to Cecil and help him before the acid
Yeah, true.
poison pool. Because now
I'll go
that
with
now
attack
that he's
test
like
then.
ripped open, getting that nasty liquid in him is probably not the best thing in the world.
Yeah, it's 5 turns though. You get 5 turns before it gets
Yeah.
to me.
So I'm just giving that advice
Let's go
to
with
you.
attack tasks.
Okay, so everyone from now on, you get a free additional asset to your attack rolls. Awesome. So that was Bjarn. Bjarn, what is exactly that you say that gives this inspiration to the party in a offensive manner?
Yeah, I point to the creature that died, its blood and guts oozing out, and say, these creatures can be beaten. Do not let up. Attack harder.
For the Emperor.
So
Right. Okay. Awesome. I totally
For
was
the
hoping that like you were doing like if it
Even
bleeds we can kill it, you know, kind of like song. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, everyone gets a free attack or a free bonus to the attack. Now the poison grows, or the poison pool. Bloop. Maugan, Steven.
Yeah, sorry, my dog was under my chair. I don't want to run him over.
Yep, no problem.
I can run shit over. So I guess I just want to stab the bitch next to me, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell else I'm gonna do. Can I scanning? Yeah, I'll just stab his ass.
Okay. Do you want to
So-
add any modifiers of any sort?
It's pretty hard to hit them, right?
You need to roll a 15 or higher before any modifiers.
Shit. Can I toss speed points at it to make my ability to hit it higher?
Yes, so don't forget, because Bjarn has assisted you, technically you need to roll a 12 or higher. If you're using a dagger, that automatically gives you an additional, which means that you need to roll an 8 or higher. And then if you wanted to spend an additional, 9 or higher. And then if you wanted to spend effort, you could bring it down to a 6 or higher.
Yeah, I'll drop 2 speed pool on it, and then I will
To make
throw
it
my
easier to
combat
hit.
knife at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, fuck, I wasted my points, but yeah, I hit
yeah,
his
you
ass.
totally do it. So 3 points of damage to it. So you don't get a good impact with it because this one's totally ready for you, not like the last one where it wasn't ready for your big surprise attack. But you do get a good, knife wound across it. There's a little bit of a zap from your blade, from your hand as you do so. Alyson. What are you doing, Nate? You're muted.
Yeah, he's definitely muted.
I'm gonna shoot the other dinosaur.
Okay, cool. So you have a automatic asset from Bjarn spouting his love of the Emperor and how these creatures cannot withstand the might of the Emperor's will, and that they are obviously killable.
Ass.
Nope, that's a miss. So you fire off another crack of shots. This one, probably when it leaps back from Maugan's shock to the chest, it also was the same location that you were aiming to shoot it with your large gun, and so it dodged out of the way. Creature's turn. Maugan, roll me a speed test to dodge.
Oh, un momentum. What I roll? 8? Yeah, I think I get hit, right?
Yep. What is
And
your
that
armor?
means my armor is dos.
You take 5 damage.
5, so it's 7 damage, and then 2 minus 2 is my...
No, it's 7 minus the 2 armor.
So I take 5 damage.
Yep.
So my might is at 0, and I drop 2 from my speed, so I am now impaired, correct?
You are correct.
Fucking titties. Okay.
Also, the teeth wrap around you and clamp down.
No. I super sneaky.
Not
So
in
what do
this
they do?
instance. You feel that as the teeth clench onto you, it grab a hold as it begins to lift you off the ground to start shaking you about.
Okay.
Cecil.
It's my turn?
It is.
Okay, well, I stand up.
Yes.
What am I allowed to do? That's my movement, right?
That was your 2 movement. So you can either try to grab a hold of the grappling hook, which is still there, hanging.
If the grappling hook's 10 feet above... If the room's 25 feet in the air and I made it halfway, I think it's probably out of my reach.
You could jump and grab a hold of it if you did a decent roll.
Screw that. It's got its teeth around Maugan, right?
Yep. It's doing the exact same thing that you just had happen to you.
I don't mind getting chewed on, don't worry.
Yeah, well, I do. Let's do this.
It's personal now.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
I get an asset.
Just to make it easier, I'll move him a little bit over.
Got 2 assets now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's boogie.
That'll do it. So, knowing the pain of being through this before, and knowing that Maugan came to your rescue in a dramatic and highly damaging effort, you seek to assist him as well. So you run up close and you point, knowing that there's no way you can miss, and you fire off a shot, bullet sinking into its chest cavity area, blood squirting out from it. It's looking pretty rough now. Definitely could probably withstand another round or another shot or 2, but it's losing its vigor. Bjarn.
I pull out my laser pistol
Uh-huh.
and again shoot at the creature
Uh-huh.
to emphasize my speech. in
Yes.
specific spots.
Awesome. So you get the asset from your speech.
So just like on the down 4 of a particularly impressive moment of... You just fire away.
Boom!
Yeah.
And
there
it
you go.
works.
So 2 damage, plus you get 1 from the thing, so that is 3. So it's looking super rough now.
probably with a little bit of effort, a well-placed shot, you could bring this creature down. Someone could bring this creature down. Let's see here. The environment is next.
Your whole face just turned green. The fucking map has so much green on it.
Yeah. That's because, like, I have it zoomed in so, like, viewers can, like, see, like, what's going on in the combat. So, like, when I have to, like, move it, like, the whole screen turns green. Awesome. Maugan, you are currently in the toxic creature's grip.
I mean, at this point, pretty much all I can do is just stab the fuck out of it, right? Because I don't have any good ciphers.
Yeah, probably makes sense.
I have not yet used my frag grenade, right?
You have not.
Could I try and shove my frag grenade down its throat?
Yes, you probably would take damage from the explosion, though. Considering that, like, you are going to be in the direct vicinity of its mouth.
I mean, if I shove it all the way down its throat...
Yeah.
I need to run
It's
out of all of my pools to
square
actually die,
AoE.
right?
Yeah, you have to run out of every pool to die.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't
And
mind
don't
getting
forget,
it.
you can also spend an action to regain a pool. So, like,
You're right.
technically you could
Is it
spend
okay
your
for the
turn
rest
if
of
you
us?
assume that the other three can do enough damage. You could spend your turn regaining a 1d4 plus 1.
Alright, I'm going to try and just pull the grenade off my belt, pull the pin, and shove it down this bitch's throat.
Okay,
If I roll high enough, can I, like, shove it so far down its throat that I don't take damage?
I'll let you do that. Give
Where's the
me what
Speed? What
I'm
do
gonna
I
say
do?
that's might because you're physically forcing it down its throat.
Ew, I understand your logic, so I cannot try and fight it.
Dude, just shock it. You're right there.
Nope. So you're only going to take a little bit of the damage because, like, it's not going to be like the full damage because it's not like you're like standing, you're not like holding the bomb or like directly next to the
Mhm.
grenade when it goes off. So take 2. The
Okay,
creature
that's
automatically takes 4 from the grenade because that's how much a grenade does. Is 4. Luckily for Cecil, though, because it's directly like put into the maw of the creature, you don't sustain any damage from that grenade blast.
That would have been awkward.
Yeah. So yeah, so like you guys actually see like its neck kind of like pelican outward from the blast, and like when it does that, like eventually like the whole bottom part of its neck kind of pops and like fleshy bits go everywhere as like its esophagus explodes from this grenade.
So am I still somehow magically kept entrapped, or does the
Yeah, because you
massive
forced it down the
damage just do
throat,
this
not
throat?
in the mouth, so it's still holding on to you, but almost dead.
This is a badass creature. Okay.
Alyson.
See.
Chainsword its neck.
He's up top.
Yeah, I'm up top. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, I fucking jumped on the bitch.
You could totally do it if you wanted to be like super badass and
Yeah, but I can jump back up. I doubt you can. So.
Yeah, I can't.
Allison's
So-
already run into this issue.
I've already done my pull-up once. I don't need to do it twice.
All right, shoot that fucker.
Allison's good
Yeah,
for
I'm-
one pull-up and one pull-up only.
It's more than I can do in real life, so, you know. Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot it in the face.
Are you going to spend any
and-
points?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck this game. Alright. Leroy Jenkins. Yes.
That does it? No, because you have
Oh,
a
thank God.
-2 on the difficulty.
Oh my god.
Thank
I hate this game.
Because he has the effort from Bjarn's speech, and he spent the asset from his effort pool. So
I gotta
that
say,
bumps
Jay,
it to a 5.
when you created your character, good fucking choice with that, because that has saved us a whole lot of times.
All right, so Alyson, with the will of the Emperor behind you, how do you destroy this creature?
I'm just gonna run the machine gun like lengthwise through the body and split it in half with bullets.
Solid choice.
Without hitting Maugan. So like you go from like how yeah, you could totally do that, like because you're kind of going like
it's all
shoulder
about angle.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, you and just for animation's sake, this won't cost you anything. You just keep going until your chamber goes empty. Like you're just making sure that literally banana peels in half.
Yep.
as only a battle sister could.
Very nice.
Probably she feels the slight taint of chaos on this creature and wants to make sure that it never walks again. Alrighty.
Pretty dead after being split.
So the creature dies. We are out of initiative. Congratulations. Welcome to your first level 5 creature.
Ow.
Yeah. That's
You
why
are like a great damage magnet. No matter what game we're playing, you are a damage magnet.
Yep.
And I don't.
Somehow.
You know the weird thing is I never plan for Zach to get fucked as hard as he does. It just always happens. Because I've told you guys before. I'm like, these are really fast. Probably they can run a short distance and do something. And as I move the creature, like it's like, okay, this shit's totally gonna hit Zach. Like, I mean, technically, originally. Because Maugan was in front of him, but Maugan did that, like, fucking nat 20 leap of awesome. So, like, they were gonna go after Maugan, and then Maugan's like, by the way, nat 20, fuck you, totally going after Cecil instead. And so they're like, fine, Cecil's just as juicy. I didn't plan it that way.
I don't think there's been a single campaign that you've played that you haven't been a damage sponge.
No. The superhero one, I actually wasn't the damage sponge for a while. I mean, I was occasionally, but not in some of the other fights because I could dodge out of the way of everybody.
That's true. That's why Kira was the damage sponge in that one.
It's because she couldn't move.
And I could just be invisible, so I was an asshole.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Okay, so the leakage from the grates. You're still muted, Steven. I don't know if you're talking to us. The leakage from...
No, I'm listening, but I'm talking
Okay.
to my girlfriend about
That's fine.
tattoos. You're good.
Tattoos are awesome. I got lots.
I know, I showed you your fucking Nightmare Before Christmas tattoos.
I'm
You're
so jealous.
I told you she was jealous.
I know the artist still. I know where he's located. So what is the plan now? You still have the floor is still expanding with this nasty, poisonous, toxic liquid. But the creatures are dead.
I run away.
So you guys are immediately like, fuck this shit, I'm out?
Can we see anything aside from the... Like, where the fire was with the bodies, do we see anything, or is it just all...
Well, because, like, all that got reversed, like, the fire immediately fell into the pool that was formed. So the fire is out.
Mm-hmm.
The bodies are still sitting there in that acid pool at this point. But
Just remember, we have fire on the ceiling as well.
Right.
As long as it stays there, I don't care.
It is stone, so you're kind of okay in that regard. But, like, the bodies aren't, like, sizzling. Like, that's why I wanted to clarify earlier, like, this isn't actually acid. I just have been wrongly terming it as such. It is a highly toxic liquid.
So you don't want to breathe it in or be, like, super
You
close
don't want to
it?
get it in a wound. You don't want to drink it. You don't want to breathe it.
Okay.
But, like, it's not going to instantly burn your flesh from your bones. That's probably why that one creature was not happy to go through it, but versus fire was like, fuck it, I'll go through this, because it didn't end up staying in it. It went through the entire pool in one turn. So
whose turn is it?
It's free action at this point because the combat's over.
I
Can I just try and...
So
I go for the grapnel.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were still in the room, yeah.
So
Can I just try and perceive
Yeah.
everything? Like, just kind of generally see what I see?
you see a ceiling filled with acid that is currently your floor. You see two streaming green liquid waterfalls from the left and the right of you. You see these creatures pooled up below, dead and bleeding out below you, or underneath you. You see the bodies of the men that were partially eaten sitting in the pool of green liquid.
Now that I have a chance to kind of look at them while they're still, do I recognize them as anything I've ever seen before?
Yeah, so you definitely recognize these. These... Did we say that you're a scholar or a warrior?
Well, Eldar are kind of both, so I guess it depends on how you want to deal with that.
Were you, did you travel in, the military, or is it, basically I'm asking, have you seen this before, or did you read it in a book?
Every Eldar kind of has to be a warrior because there are so few of us. So
Right.
I would guess I would say I would have seen it before.
Okay, so probably you like.
I'll kind of leave that up to you.
We'll
a
say
little
that you
bit,
were
yeah.
stationed on an outpost one time on a distant planet from here, and this was one of the more dangerous creatures that they warned about to the Eldar because of its sneakiness and battle prowess.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
That,
I
like-
don't, yeah.
That like because like you guys are obviously like sneaky and you know warriors as well, but like this creature was just as deadly. Essentially, as far as like things are understood, this is like a highly fucked up alien species of raptor. Was kind of
Okay.
how I based its concept around.
Super badass Jurassic Park shit.
Right. However, gene mutated raptor. However, these look like they have gone through serious genetic mutation beyond what is natural. Like, it's not like just a different version or a different species of. Like, these look to have been like a child science fair project with really big tools.
But I don't recognize Tyranid influences in them or
Nope.
anything like that.
Nothing,
Okay.
nothing that seems to be like that. However, do you have warp or I thought you had some kind of warp knowledge type thing?
Yeah, I have Sense Magic Warp.
Give me one of those.
I also have Detect, Identify Supernatural, but I guess they're both trained. So.
Both of those work since they're both trained. Yeah, you definitely like you definitely feel that there's something like that on these creatures that in
So these
some
have been
way
influenced by something related to the warp.
something related to the warp has gotten a hold of these in some way, shape, or form.
So I want to relay that to my compatriots and say like something along the lines of the things that we have just fought are not entirely natural. In some way, they're connected to the warp and the gods that reside within.
So we're on the right track then.
And just because of that, Steven, do me a 1d2.
God fucking damn it.
I'm not
Okay.
going to do a full amount, but I'll give you a 1d2. Because you're looking at this like intellectually versus like
Slash
receiving the full impact like Cecil did. 1 taint.
Wound.
1 corruption.
Okay, where do I write that down? Because
I usually put it in the notes.
I'm used to.
Ditto, that's where I put it.
Put it in your
Yeah,
notes
you're
section.
fine.
Corruption, (1).
Corruption equal sign 1 because I
Want to be a rebel.
yeah.
Awesome. So you relay that information, and it doesn't really like hindsight's 20/20. All of you kind of be like, yeah, that totally makes sense. These things are really fucked up. Of course they're related to the warp in some way, shape, or form. But it kind of took that long to kind of like they're just scary fucking creatures. I mean, 2 of you got royally fucked in this equation. So
Mhm. I have very, very, very little health.
yeah, so does Cecil. So yeah, with that, what is your overall plans? Because I'm looking to kind of start wrapping things up. It's 11:25.
I grabbed the teeth.
Okay,
Mac, I
so are
would
you
love
just
you.
like quickly like cutting the heads off, or because
You
like
know-
the pool is still growing around you guys?
Yeah, actually, no. I'm just climbing out of the
You're just
out
like
of the.
fuck it.
Well,
Yeah,
now
I
we
forgot
can
about that, yeah.
tell with reasonable certainty that something Xenos and warp related is what attacked the Inquisitors. Do I
Yep.
see any like claws on these creatures?
There are like feet that are clawed feet on them.
Okay, so yeah, there's a reasonable bet that these are what attacked the Inquisitors.
Did any of you take that claw?
We took pictures of it.
Yes, it's pictures of it. I
So-
think on his data pad.
To confirm either, I would like you to pull out your data slate and compare them, or cut off the foot and compare it later.
I'm not gonna
Why
touch
not
that
both?
shit right now. Yeah, why don't I just look at the picture and see if I can
Yeah,
tell
so you
immediately
pull
what-
out your data pad real quick as you slowly see the toxicity kind of slowly moving towards you, and you grab one of the legs and you hold it up. You can see that this definitely, maybe not this creature because all of them seem to have their claws still, but a creature exactly like this was in fact the one that.
So now we know what it was that attacked the Inquisitors.
Right.
Whether we know what inspired it to attack or not, we know what attacked.
You do know that at some point, in some way, shape, or form, that one of these creatures attacked those two Inquisitors.
Okay.
Which is, I think that's a fair assumption to say that succeeds in what you guys were looking to figure out today.
I was sure fucking hoping that.
I think that's a fair assumption from what you
So
wanted
we all
to
get
figure
2
out
XP.
what attacked the Inquisitors,
Yeah.
and that was it.
So do we make it out of the?
Can
Do I-
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming now that we're not being attacked. Yeah. You can just grapple
So
your way out
Maugan
and I can
assists
jump.
you, Cecil, to reach up the thing because he's taller, and then between everyone else, you all scramble out, and then you exit the tunnel. What's next? Now that you're out of
we
the
exit the
tunnel,
tunnel?
Mekog-
Could I
Mhm.
send
Do-
my? I want to send my servo school over to check out the guys, see if there's anything important on them.
Oh, to float
the
out there and
bodies?
take
Dead
pictures
bodies.
of the dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll talk about that next
All right.
time, but it takes the pictures, and we'll come back to that afterward. Next session, I think would probably be a good way to do that. So yeah, it floats out there, and as best it can, you see it floating around, and occasionally a little bit of a flash goes off from its eyeball as it tries to light the area and takes a picture and adds it to its data inside of its brain skull thing, internal memory. So you guys then leave. Right back out the tunnel?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to drown in this poison shit.
Okay. So as you guys
sounds like a good idea, yeah.
So as you guys begin to leave and you reach the mouth of the tunnel, you come upon once you reach the mouth, you come upon what looks like an absolute bloodbath outside. Literally, because remember I said it's kind of like a small square. You see what seems to be probably 3 to 4 inches of blood sitting in every section of the entire area, and lying in that pool is Mekog, breathing heavily with battle bullet wounds all over his body, and he's just sprayed out, arms wide.
No.
Oh shit.
But all around him are corpses and limbs. The walls are covered in it. The truck, the armored vehicle that you have, is actually tipped and burning in the alleyway leading out. And that is where we will end the session.
Fuck. Not happy. Okay.
Oh, then.
I have a med kit, right?
Yeah. I did say that Maugan's still, or that the Mekog's still breathing.
Yeah, no, he better be.
You're burning my armored car?
I did burn your armored car.
You're burning my armored car?
Trust me, Mekog is just as mad.
Yeah. So he didn't have that much time to augment it, so we'll catch him another armored car, and when he's healthy and angry again, he can make it badass.
What do they call those vehicles with the spiked tires and shit that the orcs have? Don't they have a name? Battle wagons.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah,
big trucks, yeah.
He totally wants a battle wagon.
Yeah, they just load them up with orc boys and charge into battle.
Yeah, he wants to turn an armored car into a battle wagon.
Alright, so next week our main priority is healing Mekog and making him more badass than he was before.
I was gonna go with healing Megcog and getting
We
another
can
armored
make him
car.
better. We have the technology.
If I have to, I'm stealing another armored car.
No matter what, Mekog is main priority, because we need him to occasionally show up and tear things in half.
Hey, wait. So we get the experience for this week then, or for
Yes,
our objective?
you
Yeah,
automatically
I already.
get
Oh,
the
so you can level up.
So I'll get 2.
everyone gets 2 EXP.
6.
I'm only
Cool,
at
I have
3,
10.
And I will say, because I didn't do a lot of
Oh, Nate,
interventions, you will all get an additional 1 because of the ending with Mekog.
So I have 11.
I would like to pay 1 experience to get the armored car back.